Hey everyone, it's Sean and welcome to Invest with Fire. In this video, we're going to talk about how Solana is on track to reach my $500 to $1,600 price targets. And now I know that's a big price range. I did a whole video where I talked about this and I'll put a link above. But I just want to give you like an update of what's happening with the Solana blockchain. So we're going to look at a couple of news stories. Then we're going to look at the on-chain analytics. And then we're going to look at the technical charts and then talk about my price targets. So before I go into this, if this video is helpful, like and subscribe. It really helps out this small channel and it helps get the video out there. And follow me on Twitter at InvestWithFire for more up-to-date information. So first off, Solana is trading at $237. And we had a bit of a pullback because Bitcoin went down about 5%. So Solana went down with it. But man, if Solana pulls back hard, I'll be buying a lot more Solana if it goes down to some of these levels that I'm looking at. But you know, I'll keep an eye on that and keep you guys updated. So I'm gonna bring up about 4 news stories, and all these news stories, the whole theme is about what kind of things are building on Solana and how much money is actually coming into the ecosystem. Because the more users that come in and use the Solana ecosystem, it only adds to the network effect of Solana and increases the value of Solana. So first off, Solana Ventures and Lightspeed Venture Partners announced that they're going to launch a $100 million GameFi ecosystem fund. And this is going to be huge, right? It's going to expose gamers and a younger crowd to the Solana blockchain. And $100 million is pouring into this whole ecosystem. So that's some serious money that's coming in to this whole Solana and GameFi ecosystem fund. So that is very bullish news. Next, Brave is going to integrate with Solana blockchain on its privacy-enabled browser. So more than 42 million Brave users will be now using the Solana dApps within Brave. I mean, this is another good piece of news. Right? You're going to have all these people now interacting with Solana. Next, this Standard Custody and Trust Company, they're a digital asset custodian. And they have expanded their crypto offerings to include Solana, which gives institutional investors the ability to stake and custody Solana. And so again, this is huge. I mean, institutional investors, I mean, they're the ones with the money, and they're going to be now exposed in using Solana. So this is huge because once institutional investors come in, they're going to start pouring money, allocating a portion of their portfolio into Solana. And the last news story I want to talk about is that Usdc is now coming into the Solana ecosystem. And I thought this was pretty interesting because I feel like a lot of the layer ones try to develop like their own kind of stablecoin. I thought this was ingenious because I feel like Solana just accepted that USDC coin is one of the better stablecoins out there. And there's over 3 billion USDC coin in circulation. So they definitely do have a network effect. And I thought it was also ingenious because it kind of simplifies everything, right? You don't have to go from USD to USDC and then convert it into Solana stablecoin. You skip a step. And you just say, hey, USDC, you're the main player with a stablecoin. We're going to now work with you and integrate you into our platform and simplify things. And I thought this was ingenious for Solana to partner with USDC. So next, we'll look at DeFi Llama. And this is the total value locked into the Solana ecosystem. And you can see here, I mean, this trend goes up, right? There's $14 billion locked into DeFi Llama. Now, why is this important? This is important because it all comes down to network effect, right? The more money that's in an ecosystem, the more people that's in an ecosystem only increases the value of that entire ecosystem. I take a tab on this data and monitor it because this is important. You want to know how much money is coming into the ecosystem, how much value is locked into there. Because it helps you figure out, hey, is this ecosystem trending, and are more people adopting it? Because if they are, then the value of Solana goes up. Now you can see here that the 397 million Solana that's actively staked. And it just shows you how much value is locked in the ecosystem. It shows you how much people actually believe in the ecosystem. And it just shows you that people don't want to sell their Solana. They want to stake it and earn interest, and which only adds to limiting the available supply of Solana on the market, and it increases the value. And here we can see the stake history, and this trend just goes up. You know, and I hope I don't sound like a broken record, but I'm just showing you charts that support my thesis that more people are coming into the Solana ecosystem and blockchain, so that should only increase the price of Solana. Another on-chain metric to monitor is the number of active wallets. I couldn't really find the total number of wallets. I did some searching, and I know that you can supposedly add up all these addresses to figure out the total number, but I mean, that's impossible. There's so many addresses here. I'm not gonna go through and add all these up. But I found this site, chaincrunch.cc, and they have the number of active wallets. And you can see here, the latest number is over 200,000 active wallets. And the trend just goes up, right? And again, number of active wallets just shows you that the more active people that are on the chain, the more the network effect of Solana grows. Now, next, let's take a look at the charts right here. And I've noticed an interesting pattern recently with Solana. And this dates back from September. But it definitely looks like we trade within these channels, and we kind of oscillate between them. And now this middle portion acts as a support and resistance right here. So you can see that we kind of go in this channel, but we kind of oscillate in between the middle of it. And then we break through it, and then oscillate again, and then this middle line acts as a support and resistance, and we go back up, and now we're hitting this support in the middle of this channel right here. And it's kind of just a trend that I've noticed. You know, you shouldn't trade just purely based on technical analysis. It's just more for looking at probabilities and trends, and you shouldn't just be basing your trading on what you see on the charts, because there's a lot of things that go into evaluation of a blockchain, right? The fundamentals, on-chain analytics, news, sentiment, regulations, stuff like that. And charts don't accurately price everything perfectly, but they accurately show, you know, what's going on in the current moment. But again, you know, the big money or retail investors don't know what's always going on, and there's been many times where things are overvalued or undervalued, and you can see that from the charts. But if you looked at the fundamentals, then you could kind of figure that out. So going back to this chart, you know, I just noticed this interesting pattern. It definitely looks like we could hit some support right here around $221, and maybe oscillate through this, and maybe just bounce back up like that, you know? So that could be something. So if you're going to play cute and you're trying to buy at a lower price, you could buy it at $220, or you could just dollar cost average in. And you know, this is not financial advice, but I would probably just dollar cost average in, just based on your conviction in Solana and how high it could go. But I feel like the risk to reward ratio is a little bit high for Solana right now, especially with my price targets and where Solana's trading at. But if Solana were to go back down to $178, I mean, I would say that's a big buying opportunity. And you know, you never know, especially with how volatile the cryptocurrency market is. Markets are bound to have pullbacks. So it's important to be patient and have your targets and know when to go in. So next, so here are my predicted scenarios and my different price targets for Solana. So I covered this in my previous videos, so I'll put a link above to that video. But I basically just looked at market cap, and I just looked at market cap and said, okay, if the total crypto market cap went to $6 trillion and $10 trillion, and I assumed that Solana had the same percentage of market cap, then what would the price be? Now, this doesn't take a look at like cycles and trends. This just is purely based on market cap. So it's important just to understand that. And this is just one thing I'm using to value Solana. And now I have these different scenarios where Solana gained value against Ethereum by 50% to 100%. And where did I get that number? So I got that number right here, where I looked at the Solana to Ethereum trading pair. And I said, okay, I see this trend right here, where it looks like Solana is gaining value against Ethereum, right? We see an uptrend right here, right? And I said, if Solana gained 50% value in its valuation, this trading pair against Ethereum, what would it be? And for this portion, I said, okay, what happens if it was 100%? And these are just conservative estimates that I came up with, because I want to kind of sandbag my numbers and I want to under-promise and over-deliver. But you can see here, back in the past, Solana went up 317% against Ethereum. And you can see here, let me just delete that. You can see here, Solana had this incredible run, right? 910%. Now, it's harder for Solana to do this since the market cap is so high now. Let's see the market cap. I think Solana is ranked number 5 right now at $71 billion. So, it's harder and harder for a cryptocurrency to have better returns the larger its market cap goes. But I would say 50% is definitely achievable, and 100% definitely looks achievable too. But I'm monitoring this and seeing if this will actually happen. And going back to the crypto market cap, let's take a look at this. So right now we're trading at $2.8 trillion. And in this video I covered this, but we're definitely on track to hit this $6 to $10 trillion price range right here. And I have this indicator, which is the log trend channel. And I use this indicator to see if we're undervalued or overvalued in the market right now. And you can see here in this previous band right here, 2017 and 18, where the crypto market crashed, we were in this upper part of the band. So we are definitely nearing this top of the band right here. And the trends for the entire crypto market tend to go down because the more money that goes into an ecosystem, the harder it is to push the price and returns up. So I definitely see this area as a target. And this is why I said $6 to $10 trillion is where the total crypto market can go and where it could possibly go. So going back to my predictive scenarios and my price targets, so this is where I got the $6 to $10 trillion. Here are my scenarios, 50% to 100%. And I definitely see we are on track to hit between $500 to $1,600. And this all depends on the total crypto market cap and the market cap percentage that Solana has in the system. So that's it, everyone. The gardeners are here and they have the leaf blowers on. So I'm gonna leave it at this point. If this video is helpful, like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at InvestWithFire, and I'll talk to you guys later. Take care. Bye.